I'm feeling a little opinionated today, so I'm gonna be dissing people's building styles. Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm gonna be tier ranking just Bloxburg building styles in general. Yeah, I thought this would be really fun because I love talking. I love being controversial. I love being problematic. No, I'm kidding. I am not like that. Building is one of those things that I really love to like talk about, you know, but I feel like I can't really talk about it to my friends. Most of them don't even build, so it would be just weird to constantly be nerding about building. Also, just a heads up, all opinions are mine, so please do not cry. I sound like one of those political Twitter accounts that are like, all opinions are mine. Fun fact, I had this one teacher who had like one of those political Twitter accounts and she got suspended on Twitter. All right, let's get started. Okay, this is where all the magic happens behind all my YouTube videos. It's like this super big doc. Well, it's not that big, but yeah, wait, I'm gonna blur this because it's just a messy, and basically it has like all my future plans, and then it's gonna be like spoiled for you guys, so no, you are not gonna see my plans. Bloxburg building styles. Why do I write in Times New Roman? Is this Times New Roman? This better not be Times New Roman. What? Anyways, here's sort of the list of building styles that we're going through, and in the brackets are like the people that I'm using for the images. So yeah, credits to them. So there's different like tiers. This is amazing being like the best rank, horribler being the worst rank. Overall, we're trying to be, you know, above here, okay? Also guys, I just searched up like the most popular build. Like I literally like searched up the building style and then I pressed on the first thing that popped up. Also, if you don't know what any of these are, I'm gonna be explaining them as I go, so you know, you don't have to worry or freak out or panic. Also, there's timestamps. If there's like a style that you're, you know, passionate about, you can go ahead and skip. Yeah, okay, so first of all, we have this aesthetic building style, which is essentially just, you know, linen and white all mushed together in a house. Ow. I don't think this is surprising, but I honestly am not a fan of that style. It's so like bland to me, and I feel like it really, you know, lacks skill, talent to execute, you know? I'm basically saying that it sucks, and literally anyone can build in that style. Even if you are a horrible builder, you could just, you know, like nail the style. So I'm gonna be ranking it at horribler. I feel like I'm being a little harsh, but we need something in the horribler section. Okay, so second thing, we got blush, the aesthetic blush thingy. So basically it's just similar to the aesthetic one, but it like has pink, you know? Yeah, and I have French Rose's build featured on this, and her build basically broke Bloxburg building YouTube world. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the most popular Bloxburg building video, and it's really hard to get views when as a speed builder. Props to her. She is one successful woman. Anyway, yeah, that video, it was actually her voice reveal, and I feel kind of bad because no offense, but people sound really like awkward and, you know, weirded out in their voice reveals, you know? So that's why I feel kind of bad, because it's like her most popular video, so like 7 million people. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be talking about the blush. Okay, so blush, I feel like at first it was one of those styles that I really liked, but then it got way too popular and like everyone is building in that style, so then I was like, you know what, this is getting a little boring. But disliking it just because it got over used, you know. Yeah, also I feel like I need to clarify that I'm ranking these based on the style and not like the build itself that I'm using on the pictures. So yeah, I feel like this could be like easily misinterpreted. So yeah, overall, so I think like French Roses is French Roses build. Yep. Oh my god, I can't speak. Her build is good itself. It's just I feel like in general in the Bloxburg world, like it just is way too overrated, and I feel like it gotten annoying. This is why personally I hate trends, because I get so sick of them easily. And yeah. Anyways, next build we have this bad boy, which is made by me. Okay, so this is Kylie Jenner's mansion. Okay, so the building genre that I was going for is sort of like recreating real life landmarks or celebrity houses and stuff like that. So essentially just the building genre of recreation, you know? So yeah, also I hate this build so much. I don't know why I'm using it, but I hate it. Like the thumbnail is just horrible. Like I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, so I feel like it depends on like what you're recreating. I feel like if you recreated like something that seems really impossible to recreate in Bloxburg, for example, like some really tall skyscraper, then wow, I'd be impressed. But I feel like now we've gotten to the point in Bloxburg with structurals and stuff, like you could really recreate anything you want to create. And I feel like structurals just made it so much easier to recreate stuff in real life. I don't really like to recreate stuff from real life because I feel like it removes the fun part of a building for me, which is actually getting to design like what your build's gonna look like, and you know, like the creative part, you know, we gotta use our imagination. Overall, I do think that like people who do recreate like stuff like landmarks pretty accurately, really cool, but I don't know, so this is kind of hard. I'd say it's okay. So far we're going actually in order, like, you know. So next we have Cottagecore or Fairytale style, and the featured build is, I believe, from Iketori. So I'm pretty sure it's illegal to have like vines growing on your wall and stuff. Also, fun fact, I was obsessed with it in like 2020-ish. But then after that, I just got over it, and I was like, you know, and then it kind of exploded everywhere in social media and stuff. And eventually I just got bored of it, you know? And realistically, none of us are gonna survive if we were in the middle of nowhere in the cottage for like a week. To be honest, like I feel like we're just all too used to living in the city, baby. But I also really like love Cottagecore, like just the amount of detail and the plants and just having like it's so earthy, you know? And I really love that. So I might put it here. Good. Maybe it's okay. How about we break the pattern? Oh, we're gonna put it in it's okay. Nah, maybe I'll put it in good. I don't really know. You see, I'm just doing a pattern. So next we have like retro. This build is also by Iketori. I think when people say retro, they actually mean like the 1960s American house style. That was really popular in America. But I'm gonna call it retro for simple terms because I feel like no one knows that type of stuff except me. So retro, I love retro. I'm not saying that I was born in the 1960s. I just like, I'm a big history person, so I just gravitate towards like older styles. I just really love how like colorful retro houses were. Little history lesson. Basically during the 1960s, I think the US was popping, okay? They were stealing like the spotlight from Europe, and they were like, you know, doing all space explorations and stuff, and there was like this movement called futurism, and it's so cool seeing how, you know, people from the 1960s interpreted the future which we live in today. You know, it's so like cool to like compare and contrast. I'm such a nerd. I really just love how much pop of color is in the style. I think it's just really unique in comparison to other styles today that are really popular today. Like I feel like nowadays people just paint their houses all white and then call it a day, and they're like, yeah, okay. But whereas back then they were not afraid of color. I wouldn't put it as this is amazing just because I feel like in Bloxburg in particular, I haven't seen anyone execute the style really well. I'm a Bloxburg YouTuber. I'm supposed to be putting, you know, Bloxburg standards, so I'm gonna actually put it in it's okay, because I've not really seen very many people execute like the style very well. Maybe I should try to make a retro house, but yeah, it's very nice, super underrated. Okay, so next we have Mediterranean Villa. Fun fact, this build that I'm standing in front of is also called Mediterranean Villa. Actually, no, I think it's called Italian Villa. Same thing. Italy is in the Mediterranean. Anyways, I'm a big fan of the Mediterranean. And when I say Mediterranean, I don't mean just Spain and Italy. I mean like all the countries around the Mediterranean Sea. I just love the culture there. I just love the architecture there. It's so fascinating. Like by far my favorite region on earth, because all the good countries are there. Okay, so I really love Mediterranean because I am from the Mediterranean, but it hits, you know, like whenever I see it I'm like, oh my god, it's so good. Especially because I feel like the Mediterranean style is sort of like the new trend now in Bloxburg. I don't know about YouTube, but I know on Twitter. And you know, when a building style gets to Twitter, that's when you know it's really good, you know? So I'd say this is amazing just because it's just so, like, all the builders that build in this style are always good builders, and I'm in love, you know? Oh, I just realized I forgot to say who this build was by. It was by Lunarzia. Okay, so next we got like modern minimalism, which is pretty broad. Okay, so this build is by Just Kelly, and I feel like with minimalism in Bloxburg, you either like do it horribly or you just nail it so well, like right on point. And I would say like I put it at this is amazing because I just admire anyone who's able to do it well, because personally I can't do it. Like I've tried so many times to build like a modern minimalist house, but it just always turned out horrible for some reason, you know? So yeah. Okay, so next we have like a genre of build which is sort of commercial builds, and over here I have a restaurant by I think Keller's. So commercial is basically like any business type of builds, so like restaurants, cafes, stores, you know, anything sort of that field area. I think commercial builds are really nice because usually you do see only houses in Bloxburg, so it's always nice to have that change. Yeah, I don't have much to say about them. Do I? No. They're also really fun to do because I usually do normal houses. Like it's something that I'll never get bored of, you know? Yeah, so I'd say it's good, you know, it's good. Okay, so the last one, I don't even know if it's like a genre of building in Bloxburg, but I know it is an art. It's called hyperrealism. So hyperrealism is like when you try your best to sort of recreate something that looks like it would be in real life, you know? Like I don't know if you guys ever seen a build and you went like, oh my god, is this in real life? And then you have to look closely to think it was not real life, you know? The build that we got here is by Nocturnal Art, and they're from Twitter, obviously. All their builds are just so realistic, and I just love that so much. Like, I just admire them for that. I'm pretty sure the owner of the cat is majoring in actual interior design. That's why they're probably that good. Maybe I should major in interior design so I could be that good. I think hyperrealism is super good. Like top notch, like it would be above them. If there was a higher rank, I'd put it above because it's just too good. Like it's builds that you just see and you're like, wow, you're like, Anyways, that is it for today. I am a little stinky, so sorry about that. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!